Hey everybody, my name is Kim Danger and I am one of the founders of Team Crazy Train. I'm a 2017 Beachbody elite coach, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit on why you might not be seeing success in your business even though you're investing a ton of time. And I wanted to cover this because this is something I totally struggled with in the beginning half of this year. I work like a maniac. I'm very driven. I get a lot of stuff done. But the thing is, I found out after I started tracking my time that I was not focusing my energy on the right tasks. I need to focus my tasks on those that yield the most return on my investment. Because let's face it, time is money, and you want to be investing your time wisely just like you would want to invest your money wisely. So let's talk about this just a little bit. First of all, why don't I dial it back and just tell you a little bit about what I did to kind of discover what I was doing wrong. So I am a hard worker, let's face that, and I was doing a lot of the tasks that were moving my business forward. However, they were not in line with what I needed to do to actually reach my goals. So there is a difference here. You can move your business forward and you can get tasks done, but if those aren't the tasks that are going to contribute to your goals, which for me, income, rank advancement, and those two kind of go hand in hand, it's not going to get you what you want or where you want to be. I was working on my blog. I was working on my social media, all things I love doing. They nourished my soul, but I wasn't seeing the financial return on that. So if you're in the same boat, you might want to listen up here. So I would say like mid-June, I started tracking my time. I found out I was spending a lot of time within my coach training groups. I love mentoring other coaches, but I was also mentoring coaches that didn't necessarily want it for themselves as much as I wanted it for them. So I was spending a lot of time helping those people that did not necessarily want the help. So big time waster. I was also spending a lot getting sucked up into, people say like, that Facebook is a big time waster. And I'm like, yeah, I don't scroll Facebook. I don't look at people's posts, and I really don't. I actually have a blocker that blocks my news feed. So that wasn't an issue, but I'd always heard that. And I'm like, that doesn't apply to me. But this is what did apply to me, and I found this out. I would post something and I would go back to see who liked and commented on it. I was like a little Pavlov's dog. It was like that little pat on the head when somebody liked or commented on what I had to say, and it made me feel good. It was like a little high. So now I make a concerted effort to post, leave it alone. Don't check those notifications to see who liked or commented on it until much, much later. Another thing that I was getting caught up in is responding to messages right away. I no longer do that. In fact, if you're on my team and you're listening to this, you send me a private message, I may not respond to it within, the first 24 hours. Is like I try to check my messages in the morning and then let it go. And I think that's something that we have to do unless it's really, really urgent. I probably won't get back to you right away because I have a set time for answering messages. I have a set time for working on my blog. I have a set time for checking in with my challenge groups, and I really, really try to stay laser focused during those times. So, big deal. If you're not seeing productivity in your work, you got to track your time and identify your time wasters. So, a couple other big time wasters. I talked about messaging back and forth. Maybe I didn't talk about this one. I was also messaging back and forth with my success partners and people in the business that I love talking to the point where some days I'd spend almost 2 hours just chatting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I loved it. I love that part of my job, but it wasn't necessarily being productive 100% of the time. Scrolling around social media, I was also looking on Instagram and getting caught up in maybe what other coaches were posting. And I'm using myself as an example. For you, it might be something totally different. But I'd say my biggest ones were checking my own posts for comments and likes, which is really dumb, right? I don't know. You can go back the next day and check on that. So the most effective uses of your time, on the other hand, that's what you really need to focus on. And for new coaches, New coaches definitely need to be focused on your own transformation, posting your own transformation, and connecting with other people. No matter what stage of your coaching business you're in, you need to be focusing at least 3/4 of your time on inviting. And I would venture to guess that none of you guys watching this video are doing that, because you know what? I wasn't. I invite a lot. Like, I start probably on average 10 to 20 conversations a day, and that's on average. Someday it might be 50, the next day it might be none, but it kind of averages out to that. But I need to be doing more. I need to be sharing the coach opportunity a lot more if I want to expand my team. So I've identified that as a weakness of mine through analyzing my time. Another thing you want to be doing is always tracking those conversations and following up with your prospects, because if you aren't tracking them, you don't know who to go back to and follow up. And the fortune really is in the follow-up, you guys, because if you just connect with somebody once, they're going to be like, oh, I wonder what that was all about. That was kind of weird, especially if it kind of comes from out of the blue. But build on that relationship. Spend, like maybe in 2 months, go back again and talk about something else. And then maybe the third or fourth time, that's maybe when it feels natural to invite them to something. The timing isn't right for them. Go back, because you know what? That will show them that you're committed. That will show them that you still care about them, even if they say no to you the first time. Go back and say, I know you said no to me, and I wanted to see how your health and fitness goals were coming anyway. You know what that shows? It definitely shows that you care about them, that you weren't just out to make an easy sale. So follow-up is huge. Other effective uses of times. Ask your challengers for referrals. Talk to your challengers. If you just place them in a challenge group and forget about them, you are wasting your biggest resource. Your challengers are your potential coaches. They're the ones that can sing your praises and connect you with other people. So definitely be connecting with your challengers on a regular basis as well. So we want to always be inviting, and inviting could just be a conversation, whether it's someone new, it could be a challenger, it could be a prospective coach, anybody. So I would say 75% of your time should be spent just having conversations. It should not be reinventing the wheel by creating these fancy new challenge groups. It shouldn't be worrying so much about what your posts look like. Your challengers and your prospects will sense your energy. So you need to put your energy out there. You need to talk about the things you're excited about, even if it has nothing to do with health and fitness. Big thing there. Don't just phone it in with your posts. That's another reason why I don't like that everybody just looks at what other coaches do, because if you're copying something that someone else did, that's not going to have the same type of emotion and connection and energy that the original poster did. Use it for a little bit of inspiration as you get started if you're not quite sure what to do, but please, if you've been around a while, don't do that anymore. Okay, so now I want to talk about a few mistakes that coaches make, especially newer coaches. What they do, a lot of them, you don't leverage the power of team. And by that, I mean, we are a team. We are here to support one another. We run challenge groups together. I see a lot of coaches who are really anxious to get ahead, and I did this myself. They start setting up their own Facebook groups. They start running their own challenge groups before they necessarily have the strong foundation of clientele to back that up. So let your upline sponsor invite you to their challenge group so that you can focus your energy on building your client list, and your upline can do all that other stuff. So that's one of my other tips. I want you to set really strong boundaries around your business hours too, because I hear all the time, especially from moms of young children, I don't want my kids to see me looking at they don't want them to see them looking at their phone all the time. And I get that. I've been there too, but you know what? That's a choice you guys make, a total choice. And it is hard to disconnect for those reasons. Like I said, like Pavlov's dog, you get a notification, you want to look at it. But you know what? You have the control to turn your phone off, to put it face down on the table and not look at it. And for me, it's usually about a 3-hour period every night, usually around 6 to 9 p.m. Unless my family's gone, then I don't feel guilty. But I like to have those hours be my hours for family time where I can solely focus on them. If you aren't doing that, you could be leading yourself down to the path of burnout. Please don't do that. Set strong business hours and stick to them. That way you can really stay focused on the tasks at hand, the ones that are actually going to give you some return on your investment in your business. Another mistake that I see coaches making is not having a goal, because when you don't have a goal, you're just shooting darts without a target. You need to know, where do you want to be in 1 month, in 2 months, in 6 months? What rank do you want to be? What do you want your income to be? Because once you know those things, you can reverse engineer those goals and figure out exactly what you need to be doing to reach them. And that will also tell you where you need to be spending the majority of your time. And I'm guessing that if you guys are listening to this and you set your rank and income goals, setting up a blog or reverse engineering the Pinterest algorithm or doing Facebook ads might not lead you to that goal. But you know what probably will? Having more conversations with people that you already know. Number one. So your goal will help you work with intention, and it will help you set your daily tasks according to that goal or that intention. So definitely make sure that you don't make those mistakes. And I'm only telling you this because I've made exactly all of those mistakes myself. I'm just trying to save you guys a little bit of time. We can be productive or we can be busy. Please choose to be productive with your time, because if you're like me, time is at a premium. We don't have a lot of it. Like money, you can always make more, but you can never make more time. So that is my message for you guys today. Please be conscious of your time. Don't waste it. I'm very frugal with my money. Why wouldn't I be frugal and conscientious with my time as well? So I've got a few documents that I'll share with you guys. I'll drop it into our team page. But I hope this message resonated with some of you. I hope it helped some of you. We love this business, but we can't let it consume us. And that's the big message that I had for you guys today. Work with intention and purpose according to your goals. All right, bye.